Go. You ready to roll?
Yeah,
Getting logged in?
okay.
All right, we ready to ride?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right, hello everyone and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. We have just completed day number 4 of the Australian Open, so we're going to get right into that. Sorry. If we by chance cut out, if you're watching this, you probably know all too well that sometimes our show will just stop. If that's the case, just go to the channel in the next couple of minutes and we will start another part. That's due to our setting. Again, our normal setting is under construction, so if we cut out, stay tuned. I'll do a fantasy team and tennis racket giveaway for everyone taking part in the cash and prizes at the end of this show. So stay tuned for that, a complete synopsis of the tennis racket giveaway and all the prizes in cash through round 2 at the end of this show. All right. I promised everybody yesterday that we would start today's show with a random prize giveaway, and that we are going to do. All Carla and I did last night as we went to our subscriber list and kind of just hit the scroll on the screen, and when it stopped, we went to the last name on the screen. And the name that popped up was Eon Enormous. Eonenormous. Eon Enormous. So if you are out there, Eon Enormous, if you are watching or watch this later, in comments, please put your personal email, some way we can get in touch with you.
Never heard of that name. I've never seen him on the show.
I haven't either, but they've been subscribed for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I just threw it out there. We can communicate with you so we can get a private way to either send you 2 sets of Y-Tech strings or the cash value that those strings represent. Something like PayPal, Venmo, whatever. Just let us know. But enormous, you won the random giveaway. All right, ready for today's show?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, Carla, by the way, has really been a Serena Williams fan since she was very young. She met Venus and Serena, did some traveling in a sense, or same facility, Reebok team, wasn't it?
Well, her dad was the one that gave me the test, and then met them there. Met her when I was training in West Palm Beach many times. Yeah.
So she's been a Serena fan when they were all very young, playing tennis at the same place.
What are the strings you have displayed on the table? LS Fire is asking.
Y-Tech Strings is a company, not just a company that helps us. The owner, Ivor Savage, is a wonderful coach, a PTR coach, and it's his company. So all the strings are Y-Tech strings. We've played with Y-Tech strings, our business and students, and we have played with Y-Tech strings since what, 2011 or 12?
Something like that.
So a long time, and we started doing the show, and Ivor began to help us in terms of getting stuff out to you guys. So this is Y-Tech's Pro Tour Blue, Pentapower Terracotta, Y-Tech's Quadro Twist, Hexagon X, and the list goes on. But we like him a lot, and he helps out with the prize giveaways.
I like this. Women's Tennis Sucks. That's a user's name. You must be one of the guys who just changed their name into Women's Tennis Sucks.
That's cool. Hey.
These are my favorite, the red ones.
The Hexagon X?
The Hexagon X,
yeah. Hexagon X is what I play with. Really, really nice. All right, so Carla has been digging a couple of necklaces that Serena Williams has been wearing in her matches, okay? Carla is a really strong girl, right? So she likes that bold stuff. I've been trying to get her to get.
Well, I wear this one, but this is not her brand.
Yeah.
I like, big jewelry.
So I've been trying to get her to get a tattoo, but she doesn't really want to get the tattoo. But she's been eyeing a couple of her necklaces. Do you want to show them a picture of Serena's necklaces?
Sure, let me find it.
The reason why we're bringing this up is she's been eyeing the necklaces. So last night she took it upon herself to look into those necklaces, and come to find out, Serena Williams has her own jewelry line, hence why she's wearing the necklaces.
Right there. I think one of them says Queen. I like the thick one. She's a smart lady, and she's got a lot of things going on. So when she retires from tennis, she's gonna keep that money rolling and rolling and rolling. So
good for her, like her sister, right?
Yeah.
She hasn't quite warmed up today. It seems like you still haven't warmed up to the moment yet. You seem like if I was playing you in a set right now, I'd be at like 4-1.
Stop dreaming.
All right. Come to find out, Serena Williams has her own necklace line. Serena Williams Jewelry. And the necklace she's wearing is called the Queen, and it's $325. So if you want to get the necklace now, you know where to get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any interest? Do you plan on getting
Not
this
for
necklace?
$325. That's a lot. Nah, right now.
All right.
I'll
And
find the replica.
the replica,
The replica.
not $325. Go to $3.25.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, like a silver one. That's
Well,
that looks that thick.
I don't think for $325 it's gold. What is gold now? Like $2,000 an ounce?
Yeah, I wouldn't get gold. I like silver anyway. So.
All right. A brief correction from yesterday's show, by the way. Yesterday, Carla and I spoke about, and all of you spoke about no linesmen. And now they're just using kind of the Hawkeye for close calls and so forth. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and get back into that. But I forgot to mention that one of the big positives about this happening is the lines people don't have to worry about Serena Williams wanting to cram a ball down their throat anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty much positive deal. So I came up with a list of the top 5 pros, the top 5 benefits of there being no lines people. Are you ready?
Okay.
Number 5, less people fainting on the court. How many times have we seen ball boys just collapse? Or lines people, boom, gone. Number 5, less people fainting on the court. Number 4, the players are happy. Well, a few, the ones that always complained about it in the first place.
Right.
Okay. Number 3, no more accidental throat hacks from Novak Djokovic. Number 2, no more threat of Serena Williams cramming a ball down your throat. And number 1, none of the lines people will have to worry about being preoccupied with Rafael Nadal picking his butt and straightening out his water bottles.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. I saw a picture, by the way. You know how we know Nadal's always like
Straightening the water bottles.
Yeah. So I saw a picture of Tiafoe, and I guess a fan put a caption over it, and I thought this was hilarious.
Someone created a meme.
That maybe someone should make a big poster when they're playing Nadal and just put it right behind it.
Yeah.
I'll show it to
Let's
them.
check that out. So this is a meme created on behalf of Rafael Nadal's meticulousness. This is hilarious.
Yes. Let's find it and getting to it. Hold on. Here it is. Check this out.
Yeah, let him soak that in. Look at the
Look
water
at that.
bottle.
Look at the messiness.
Yeah, look at the message.
Nadal would be so disappointed in Tiafoe. Look at that.
Yeah. That is the that is the yin and yang of Rafael Nadal right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, at least the lines people no longer have to check that out.
Yeah, he will not be. I don't think these guys will become good friends after seeing that.
Well, I don't think one of the two created it. Just someone out there created it in their own right.
Wyndham Gia says, I feel for the linesmen. They will be worrying for their rice bowl.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know Wayne and Chi is on my song sheet. I know a lot of people are not, but nonetheless, we talked about it yesterday. So if you want to check out the whole conversation about lines people, check out yesterday's show. All right, one quick nugget before we start talking about the matches, and this is a big deal. This is really, and I mean this in all sincerity. Caroline Wozniacki is pregnant.
I thought
So
that was cool.
yeah, Caroline.
Good for her. She retired. I mean, that's what you do after retirement. You start a family, and there you go.
Exactly. Now,
Baby girl, right?
Caroline Wozniacki, as you know, a former number 1. She won her sole major. I think it was an Australian, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then retired from the game. Caroline Wozniacki is 5'10", by the way, and her husband David Lee is 6'9". So, would you dare to say that they're not going to have really tall kids? Right?
You never know, Justin.
5'10" and 6'9".
Oh, 5'10" and 6. Wozniacki's 5'10"?
Caroline Wozniacki is 5'10", and her husband is 6'9".
Are you sure
Look
Wozniacki's
it up.
5'10"?
Check my
No
mathematics.
way.
Now,
No way.
her husband David Lee went to the University of Florida to play basketball. Was drafted by the New York Knicks and actually won an NBA championship basketball, playing for the Golden State Warriors in 2015. Do you think Caroline Wozniacki's child, boy or girl, will have a better chance at being a basketball player or a tennis player?
She's 5'10"?
Let's go. Told you.
Wow. Well, it's a girl, so tennis.
Yeah.
You would be dumb to
Look,
do
I'm
basketball.
gonna go with basketball here because she's 5'10", he's 6'9". I'm guaranteeing you height is there. So let's see the Wozniacki child dunk on people. Maybe they could be multi-sport, the first player ever to play pro basketball and tennis at the same time. Who are some players that played multi-sports? Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Who are some more?
I don't know.
Multi-sports.
Multi-sports.
Charlie Ward, Charlie Ward played quarterback for Florida State and then played basketball in the NBA.
You know something though, when two like athletes usually have like famous, was he famous or not?
Who?
Her husband.
Well, he played for 14, 15 years. He won a championship with the Golden State Warriors.
Because usually when two athletes, they have, or two pro athletes have a kid, usually their kid goes to a different direction, goes to a different sport or something different, acting, singing.
Yeah.
You know, it never happens that, I mean, it's rare that we see a great tennis player have another great tennis player.
Right.
It's just rare to see.
Yeah, there's a very short list of players that their parents were really, really big time champions in tennis, and then they have a child that does the same thing. Really tough. Hopefully Federer can do that. Hopefully Pironkova can do that. Hopefully Wozniacki can do that, and the list goes on. But it's a tough feat.
So I hear that, I'm looking at this thread, and I had to ask the guys, why are we talking about naked guys? I don't know what they were talking about. And then Jean's like, what have I come into? I have no idea. We didn't start that talk about naked guys. I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway.
No clue.
Neither here nor there. I think some channels, they have like a moderator type thing, and then someone like pays attention to stuff and then removes it. But I have no idea. It's probably all fun and games though.
Maybe.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm guessing it's all good. All right. Do you want to do the bag check to start now?
Yeah, let's do the bag check.
Okay. Carla and I, when we watch these majors, we are, keeping, 4 or 5 matches going at the same time. And all the time we see these bag checks. Hey, I'm a player, Brady, and all these people, they do a bag check. So we figured we would bring our bag and do a bag check, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
So we're going to see what's in this bag. All right, what's in the bag?
Hi, my name is Carla Davis, and I'm going to show you my bag check. This yellow bag here is for when people pay us for our lessons. Oh, I forgot to take the check out from yesterday. Here, let's see what's on the side. Lotion, because you always need it. Justin's ugly boxers.
Yeah, why you got my boxers?
This is what I'm talking about. Poofy stuff. Come on.
Body wood, okay. It's like her purse.
Rubber bands.
Oh no, these are grip vibration things.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, these go on your grip. These are kind of cool, and they say things like relax, love. Oh man, I made a student.
Oh, a student's punishment?
Yeah, I made a student write like 300 times. I will make straight A's this semester. And then on the back, I told him to write his mom a poem because he gave his mom some grief that said, roses are red, violets are blue. I wouldn't be alive right now, Mom, if it wasn't for you. And I made him write it like 20 times, and then I will make straight A's when I found out he wasn't. Keep that in there so I can show him.
Cool. Grips.
Grips. Over grips.
Because these are the best. These are the best. This is what I always see.
Yeah, that's over grips.
Okay, let's see what else we got. What
you got in there?
Duct tape for those of you that don't shut up on the court.
No, the duct tape is so sometimes you get a net issue and you need to kind of.
Justin, tell the truth.
What's the duct tape for then, Carla?
It's for the students that don't shut up. You put the duct tape.
It's for the net sometimes.
Rope in case we're playing a grab.
What is that? My rope?
No, I'm just playing.
That's to fix the fence and the net when I need to fix the net.
Let's see what else. What other goodies we have? Your knee brace.
My knee brace. Let's go.
Let's put this back.
Boxer shorts.
Let's put this back
Here's
in.
my wrist rings. Go ahead, take that.
Gotta put it back in. Let's see what else.
All right, what else you got in there, Carla?
Let's see. Oh, my racket.
Okay. I think there's about 16 other rackets in there.
I have like 20 of these. This is what I always hear on the
Well, they show like 27 rackets.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rackets in here.
My stuffed animal, I see players always stuff them in there, so why not?
Yeah, and then our kids, this is our 5-year-old's racket, so he's got the junior version of my older son's racket, so they kind of match. All right. What's in the other pocket?
More rackets, and because Justin and I don't have time, to like get something to eat. We bring our hot sauce, our spoon,
yes,
fork, rice, and you just boil water, put some wood.
Go.
Bam!
94 cents and some hot sauce. We're good.
Let's see what I hear. Tampons for those guys that need it.
There you
for
go.
their nosebleeds.
Like Zverev.
towels. These are pretty cool.
These
actually.
towels are pretty cool, actually. So these towels are like a mint, right? You get this mint, and you add water, and it comes out to be a normal cotton towel. This is a cotton towel, believe it or not.
And then I watch a lot of players who, oh, these are great, because I have issues with my arms or my legs, so I use them to stretch.
Let's go.
Band-aids, because you never know, you need them.
Blisters, yeah.
Jump rope.
No, that's not a
jump rope and a cord for my phone.
Yes, to charge your phone, yeah.
And this is what, Justin?
First aid kit.
First aid kit, and that's about it. Oh, measuring tape.
Let's go. I have to make sure the net's set right.
In case the students gain weight.
No, that's to measure the net height. All right.
But that's about it. That's my bag check.
That's our bag check.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
We're done.
Enough said. All right. Chunked out to the side. Enough bag checking. I think I see that. Every time it cuts to some type of commercial, I got to watch Kevin Anderson with his chihuahua. Kevin Anderson pulls a chihuahua out of
I
his
almost
bag.
took out my pit bull.
She's like 70 pounds. She wouldn't fit in there. All right, starting with this, the Pliskova-Collins match. Okay, we're going to start with Pliskova and Collins. Okay, before this match started, I told myself Collins is going to give Pliskova everything she wants and more. That didn't necessarily happen.
With who?
Collins and Pliskova.
That was a boring match. I actually wrote that. You know, that match, I was expecting some excitement because Collins beat her last week in 3 sets. This match was kind of flat.
Yeah,
I'm
going to move that camera angle. Go ahead, keep going.
They both hit the ball hard. There was no strategy. It was just bland. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I didn't really hear Collins scream too much. I don't know. I didn't enjoy this match. I watched the first set and Collins had many chances, kept getting broken. Pliskova kept getting broken. It just wasn't a good match.
Collins generally never lacks confidence. Generally, she comes into the match, she's feisty, she gives you the attitude to start out, she believes in herself, she doesn't go away, she just keeps fighting, and I don't think she played a bad match. I think Pliskova played very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you think she played very well?
I think she played
For a
pretty
big
well.
girl that's 6'1", 6'2", she's getting broken on her serve. That's like her biggest weapon right there. I don't think she did. I think if she would have played Sueje, she would have gotten beat.
Women's tennis, the service breaks are just like holding your own.
But
in men's tennis.
usually she holds her serve just like Serena does. They have powerful serves. These are big girls.
By the way, Pliskova's hot.
Okay.
I think Pliskova's hot.
He kept telling me
I
Pliskova's
love
hot.
Pliskova.
Let me show you what she resembles.
I like
Every time
Pliskova a lot.
I see Pliskova, this is what I see.
Her eyes, she's my number one. Pliskova's
This is
hot,
what
though.
I see. You guys tell me if you agree with me. That's who Pliskova reminds me of.
What am I looking at? No, that's olive oil.
That's who she reminds
No
me
way. Pliskova's a beautiful girl. Pliskova's a beautiful girl. Look, Pliskova for the past 5 or 6 years, I picked her on my fantasy team. I picked her to win so many times an entire major, and it just never happens. Can Pliskova do it this time?
Zombie girl's not hot. Sorry, Justin.
Who's that?
Team Gross.
Hey, Team Groves, come on, bro. I like Pliskova. I think she's a beautiful girl. But aside from that, can Pliskova get through the likes of Osaka, who looks a little bit flabby? We talked about that. B-Dog was talking to me this morning.
My dad called me and she said she looks like she's pregnant. Her arms look thick too.
Yeah,
She said she looks bigger.
Yeah, if you notice on Osaka's arms, and I didn't, B-Dog was talking to me this morning personally, and he mentioned that if you look at Osaka's arms, in the same picture you showed on yesterday's show, it looked like she had a whole bunch of meat and kind of cellulite kind of hanging off the back of the tricep down here. Now, we know we kind of use that tricep a lot in motions like serve and overhead, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of discouraging to see that lumpy cellulite sitting on the backside of her tricep. Now, maybe in the off season,
Alex Fire says Osaka beginning to look like Serena. That's what my dad said.
Yeah.
He called me this morning. We talked about a few tennis matches. Women's tennis sucks, says Pliskova is a joke. Even after having such a big advantage with her height, she still plays like crap.
That's a good comment. You can't argue with that because it is very truthful.
Yeah.
It's straight, hard hitting in your face, but it's truthful.
It's true. There is nothing. I don't think Saja Bajing is going to do anything for her game. She needs more emotion. She needs variety. She needs a slice in there. She needs to come to the net, maybe.
A little attitude.
A little attitude.
A little
something
fire.
different. I don't know.
Look, I like Pliskova a lot, and I wish the best for her. I'm sorry, Pliskova, that the first time in like 4 or 5 years, I have not picked you on my fantasy team. I have not picked you to win a tennis racket I wouldn't win anyway, or the cash. I have not done it, or I have not pitched you. I did it for the first time
You
here.
did it. She plays Muchova. Muchova will be tough.
I still think she gets through that match.
Muchova will be tough. Gregor's asked, do you think Rafa should get away? It's amazing that this guy had so much hair, and he's going bald. I mean, Dimitrov too. I mean, you see it in a lot of players. Andrew Agassi was bald. We didn't know it, you know? I don't know, but he's got so much money and so many slams, and people love him, except one lady, which we'll show the picture
We'll
later.
talk about that.
I don't think the hair matters.
Yeah, Nadal got his dose of some middle fingers last
Yeah.
night. Well, that was comical. We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any parting thoughts on Pliskova? Does she have a chance to win this Australian Open, Carla?
No.
Who is in her way? I mean, not forget about here.
Well, you've got
your head.
Osaka could beat her. Serena, I think, could beat her.
Sabalenka maybe.
Sabalenka could beat her.
Halep maybe.
I don't know about Halep.
Are all these players better than her? Without looking here.
It's just that, yes, she doesn't have variety. At least they have something. If something fails, they can go to a second gear. Where Pliskova, she just keeps hitting the same shot with a big forehand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
I think Pliskova can do it, and I hope she does. I think in a parallel universe it would happen, but because we're in this one, I'm questionable that it can. Don't be surprised, though, if she wins the whole thing, but I've said this for years.
Don't be surprised.
And it just hasn't happened.
Hey, by the way, I have 30 people watching and only 9 likes. How is that? Why is it so hard for you guys just to X and then hit like?
Yeah, and then if you subscribe, and if you're not subscribed, whoever enormous is, if we just went through a subscriber list last night and stopped it and gave out something. Hopefully he claims it or she.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all right. Pliskova done. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rublev. Let's talk about Rublev for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about players like, let's say, Zverev, that still has not managed to jack himself up, kind of build the body up a little bit, right? We've talked about players that are young and it just doesn't look like they're hitting the gym. Someone like Felix Auger-Aliassime, he bulked up. He started to man up. Remember when Aliassime came out a couple of years ago, at least on the ATP tour?
Yes.
And outside of juniors, he was, kind of a twig, and then all of a sudden, boom, he looks like a man.
Yeah, he looks like a man.
Shapovalov started to grow a little bit. Rublev, by the way, is growing. He is putting on biceps. We watched the match. We watched the match last night. The first thing that we noticed, that we watched this match in entirety, we noticed that he's putting on biceps. Okay, so he's getting ripped up a little bit now. He's still very pale skinned. So hopefully he's out there with some sunscreen on, by the way, because he might get burned up like a scorpion or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Rublev match, it sounded like a ninja playing like a cow taking a dump in the middle of a cow field. It was like, hideous grunting, right?
Yeah.
But Rublev is definitely putting on some guns.
Bowie? Is that what you say? Bowie?
That's the squeal?
We?
Who said that?
I don't know.
Wah-ee!
Wah-ee!
Who said that?
They're trying to do, Gene Schwartz is trying to do his,
Wah-ee! Wah-ee! That's what you heard.
Montero and him were both going like really loud. It was hilarious. I mean, it was just hilarious watching this.
Has anybody seen the Rublev cat picture? We showed it before. Can you whip out? Look, this is the first time in tennis history that genetics have been morphed together. We have a cat that took a crossbreeding with Rublev, and now you have the Rublev cat. This is Rublev, and this is his actual picture. This is real.
Man, whoever came up with that, wow.
That is Rublev.
Wow.
Okay, he is a cat. Don't forget that.
So this guy that keeps bugging about women's tennis sucks, which I hate his username, by the way.
Okay, well,
so
anyway.
Strike against you. But
I like you.
He has a question. You're not gonna like him after this.
Okay.
He said, Justin, do you have a weak serve? Is that why Carla's able to give you bagels and breadsticks? How does that even happen? Carla should be the one getting the bagels and breadsticks.
Nice comment. About a year and a half ago, I was on the court and I was playing her, and I came down from an overhead and my legs snapped in half. I had to be carried off the court, hospital, a large reconstructive knee surgery, and since then it's been a rough road coming back.
Mm-hmm.
we do our best to have good matches, but since that injury, it's been kind of that way. I think.
Yeah, because we used to have close matches.
Yeah,
I mean, there would be a bagel in there, but you have to have a bad day.
Well,
and then you gave them to me too.
I gave you
yeah.
bagels too as well.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate the question. You know, it's kind of what do you say, repetitive?
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times. At the same time, there's been plenty of bagels that she's received on the other side of that. I mean, look at Karatsev and Gerasimov. Wasn't there 2 bagels there? Are you
Bagels happens.
Are you out there janking on Gerasimov or
breadsticks
no.
happen? Bagels
It's just
happen.
part of the game.
I mean, we watch it in tennis so much. If we
Yeah.
look at this draw, you're like, how the hell did you get bagel and then you win the match? You know, it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I mean, to ask a question like that, I appreciate it, but it's relatively naive on the tennis side because bagels are part of the game.
Mhm.
Go down these draw sheets.
Oh yeah, I can count.
Go down these draw sheets of the top 128 players in the men's world and the top 128 in the women's world, and go look how many bagels are in there. And I guarantee you'll see quite a few.
Yeah.
But they made it here, and some of them that got bageled in the second round. We have a couple of those. One in the first round.
Yeah.
So I think that's a relatively immature question, but moving forward. Next question.
That's why women's tennis sucks.
And actually, women's tennis has more depth right now than the men. The men, you got the top 3, and then outside of that, it's anybody's day.
Exactly.
But in women's tennis, you got like the top 20, and all of them
which
can do
makes
something.
it more interesting.
So anyway,
Yeah.
sexist name and a dipshit comment.
But you liked him before.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
I just
Irrelevant. Again.
Cool.
Go talk to Gerasimov about his 2 bagels that he got.
William says to say, I can confirm I have never jank over Gerasimov. Laugh aloud.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Next, we're going to talk about Nadal's interview after his match that he won. It was in between his last match and then his match against Michael Moe yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nadal had an interview, and one of the interviewees asked Nadal how he felt moving forward. He says this: well, my back is not perfect. My back is not perfect, but that's what I tried. And
I just try very, very, very hard.
I did try very, very hard, and I try to stay positive.
Yeah.
I just hope I get better. I just hope to get better and stay positive.
Well, you know, all I can do is try, and you know.
That's all I can do.
And then he does the eyebrow
That's
thing.
all I can do. Try. Who's the guy that's on YouTube? That Elliot Loney or something? He does these hilarious videos.
Very good.
My back is not perfect, and that's just what I tried to do.
You know something? I know a lot of you guys I'm reading and you say his draw is easy. I mean, yeah, a lot. I mean, I don't see him having a hard time. Di Manor, Fognini, that's an a-hole. Hachinov, Tsitsipas. I picked Tsitsipas to win, you know, this tournament. So we'll see. I don't know.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
But you were already out because you lost to Azarenka.
No, I'm talking about winning.
just in
this
general,
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Does he
Nadal?
have an easy draw? Yeah, his draw has definitely opened up a lot more and making it more possible for him to meet Tsitsipas.
No, Nadal will have to be careful, and you guys can laugh at me all you want.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel that Di Minor will beat Fognini. Now we're going to talk about Fabio, the bomb-dwelling, wants to bomb London, and now telling his own countrymen that he was lucky type crap. We'll get into that. But I really think that Di Minor will own Fabio Fognini. I think Di Minor will send Fognini home in straight sets.
I hope so.
I do think
Let's
that.
talk about that idiot for a second.
I do think that if Nadal and Di Minor meet, I think that will be Nadal's first challenge. Fognini, Nadal will wipe off the court. But Di Minor, younger, a lot more on his plate in terms of where he's playing and the fans. He's in his backyard. I think Di Minor will be fired up for this one if it happens.
All right.
Now,
he had an easy match, 3 sets. He'll face Nori next.
He's gonna cruise.
He's gonna cruise through that. Let's talk about Fognini against his compatriot Caruso last night. I had to watch some of that match. I was kind of laughing, you know. Here's this pot-bellied dude with his, every time he talks in the interview, he does this stuff, right? With his tan and his perfect eyebrows. Obviously, he goes somewhere to get his eyebrows
he's
done.
waxing.
And he's definitely waxing.
He's
The
waxing.
way he walks, have you noticed that the Italian guys, they all walk the same?
Silky
Except
smooth.
Sinner.
Silky smooth.
They have like this walk about them, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the match is done. The Caruso played well. I mean, you can't take anything away from Caruso. You know, and they go, and I have the pictures, and he's telling the guy, you're lucky. But he contradicts himself in the interview, he said,
Yeah.
I was very lucky today to win. And then they ask him, what happened between you and Caruso? And he says, that stays in the court. Next question.
What happens on the court stays in the court?
Next question, he says. And he was very rude to them. Worse than Kyrgios, in my opinion.
It's pretty interesting from I guess a family tree standpoint. You got Yannick Sinner, he's the light-skinned and light-eyed and so forth, and he's Italian. And then you got the likes of Fognini, and he's more darker and he's an asshole and he's not nice like Sinner. I'm wondering if they're from like totally opposite states or places in Italy. Is like Fognini from where all the assholes are, and then Sinner is from where all the nicer people are. Is it like a geographical thing?
I don't know. I did get your thing, Gene. I have it. I wrote it down, but I didn't even want to read it. I mean, he says, I was lucky too. This kind of things happen. Next question. I mean, the guy was so rude.
Look,
I mean, I hope like De Minaur just wipes the court with him. In the interview when he's done with the match, by the way, I have to show him the picture of the little guy getting in the middle of them.
Oh, the
and
little
Fognini is little. He's not a big guy.
That's excellent.
Hold on.
And Fognini's not super tall. I think Fognini's what, 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And the ref is like up to his chin or something.
If I could find that picture. Oh, no.
No worries.
Let me see. I had the picture. Guess I don't have it anymore.
Look, during that match, by the way, if you're trying to find that, we were listening to the Brad Gilbert commentary.
Oh, here
go ahead, show him.
Look at this. I mean, they're not tall guys. Look at this guy. And then when they finish, here's them at the net. Let's see. Still fighting. Is that an Italian thing? And then they're still fighting.
There you go.
Okay.
During that point in time, we were listening to the commentary on the tennis channel, and Brad Gilbert was doing some commentating. Brad Gilbert, by the way, is a very nice guy. Met him personally on multiple occasions. Very nice guy. But you can tell that this tournament, he's not at the tournament, right?
Right.
Because
a lot of them are.
Yeah, because some of the stuff that all of these commentators were saying, but especially Brad Gilbert, it's like they were totally disconnected from the match. They weren't making really any sense at all. Maybe they were just like sitting in front of a TV, but we saw him in some type of studio.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I was just getting lost in Brad Gilbert's commentary last night. Much love to him. Great player, great coach. I think Brad Gilbert was number 4 in the world at one point in time.
I remember watching him. I think I was like 12 at the U.S. Open. He was at the end of his career pretty much.
Yeah.
With the short shorts
that
guys used to wear back then.
Yeah. And he's iconic in Americans tennis in the days where the players were actually worth something, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Samprases, the Agassiz, the Couriers, and so forth. He was active in that generation. But I'm just saying I didn't know where he was going with anything.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was just making stuff up to sound like he was commenting on the match.
Yeah, agree.
It was just odd.
Women's tennis sucks. Yeah, Fognini is a piece of trash. I don't know how Flavia Pennetta puts up with him. He is just, the way he has no respect for the game. After you're done, you do the interview. Oh, well, I'm tired. Yeah, I was serving. He really didn't give him much credit, his opponent much credit. If I was Caruso,
and just called him lucky.
I'd go in the locker and kick his ass. Just saying.
Look, I don't know how this type of thing becomes on the national global television screen for all of us to watch. These two are from the same country. These two are from the same. I don't know how it works out there, but I couldn't imagine. Let's say myself playing Jack Sock, and even if
you imagine shaking hands with someone and say you got lucky.
And even if I didn't like him in the locker room, if I'm going to go to Jack Sock at the net and say you're freaking lucky, that is wrong on all levels. Even worse though was Fognini's comment to the crowd at London 2 years ago in Wimbledon. We've been dealing with all these, international terrorism things and Islamic states and everything else and roadside bombs and blah, 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 blah. And here Fognini is at Wimbledon a couple years ago telling the crowd, I wish a bomb would fall on this court. And he meant it comically, but I don't think he stopped to realize how impactful that statement could be given the context of the times in which we live. But Fognini is an asshole, period.
Yeah, Gregors asked, why did they fight? There is no reason to fight. The fight made no sense. If you read the transcript and you read, what each of them are saying, it just makes no sense whatsoever.
Here's a metaphor. When we're men, and women too, I get it, but when two men get into a battle on a tennis court or anything, egos fly. Now, Fognini's ego is that I am super hot. I'm so.
You're not hot.
But that's his ego.
He's not hot.
That's his ego. Fognini is the type of guy that's going to wake up and get dressed and look at himself in the mirror and tell himself he looks good, like our fourth oldest son, Christopher. Christopher is like Fognini. Fognini's going to get in the mirror and be like, yes, my bandana is nice and perfect, and my eyebrows fit just perfectly
My
under
son
this
does
side.
that. He goes up there. He's like, I look good.
I look good.
Yeah, I look
you
good today.
You know,
I'm like,
for my second oldest son of 5, I'm
what
like,
are you
Chris, man,
doing?
get out the mirror, bro. Come on, man, get out. No female wants to watch pretty boy primp in the mirror. Get the heck out the damn mirror.
He's not a pretty boy, though.
I know, but he's still stuck on the damn
But
mirror.
the category would have fit to the oldest, but he never did that.
He never did that.
Yeah.
So Fognini is that type of freaking guy, right?
Mhm.
So what are you going to do about it?
Mhm.
What are you going to do? So egos began to flare as he was drawn into a fifth set, and the fifth set tiebreaker was what, 14-12 in the fifth? You know, quite a, and then the person that he was playing was Salvatore Caruso, who is not near the player surely that Fognini thinks he
He's
is.
like, I didn't play well. I didn't play today. I didn't play my best. I
So
didn't play my best.
a player like
yeah,
a player like
I'm like, what?
a player like Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, and the likes of thousands of tennis players over hundreds of years, a champion would say something like, he played great, you played very well, I was lucky to win today. I really hope we see more of him. I hope he comes back. Congratulations to his team, and hopefully we see him again soon. Instead, he said, you're lucky, you're lucky. I mean, talk about the anti-champion.
I would love to see Kyrgios and him go at it. Who would win? Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Okay.
Or what do you call him?
Who?
What do you call Fabiano? You have a nickname for him.
Silky Smooth?
Silky Smooth.
Silky Smooth. Fabio Fognini.
Silky Smooth.
Who do you think wins in a, you know how like all these boxers and YouTubers like Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather and all these guys, you know, they're fighting each other,
Mhm.
right? Who do you think would win in one of those, you know, exhibition type fights, like in an octagon, like UFC? Would Kyrgios win or would Fognini win? I'm gonna go with Fognini.
You go with Fognini?
I'm gonna take Fognini.
He's kind of thick, right?
He's old. He's Italian. He
might be like mafia.
Mafia. He might pull out some mob ties on you.
Yeah.
I'm taking Fognini in that.
Yeah.
Taking Fognini in that battle.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to talk any more about the stupid match?
No, that was
Okay.
funny.
The better player actually won, but the better player, knowing that, had to piss in someone's lunch in order to make a stink of things when he should have just congratulated him. And this
It's like a pit bull. Yeah.
Yeah. And this wouldn't even come
All
up.
right, let's talk about Tsitsipas and
Go.
Kokkinakis.
Let's go.
Both are Greeks, except one represents Australia. Kokkinakis is Greek. That's a Greek name.
But representing Australia.
But representing Australia, you know, this guy's a handsome dude. Heard his story, you know, of all the injuries. They said he's had the most injuries out of anybody in tour, including a virus that he got. You know, really good player. Tall, strong. I watched the sets, all the sets actually. I went back and watched the last 2 sets. It could have been anyone's match actually.
Yeah.
With that score, I think Tsitsipas got lucky to get through that match. I think Kokkinakis, what didn't help him is he didn't play that many matches. You could tell he was tired. His team kept pushing him in the 4th set. The crowd kept pushing him, and that's what helped him get to the 5th set.
Yeah. Kokkinakis is or has always been a player that, watch out, here he comes, right? Watch out, here he comes. He's been riddled with injuries. Don't forget, we mentioned this yesterday, he beat Roger Federer, 2018 Miami.
I like his earring. You have
The cross in the earring?
Yeah,
I have a
that.
similar earring. I don't wear my earrings on the show, but I do have earrings. Anyway, Kokkinakis played like a man though that hasn't had enough match practice, and Tsitsipas found a way. Kokkinakis, by the way, and go check the history. Kokkinakis has always been highly respected in the coaching world since he was very young. What is Kokkinakis? 6'4", 6'5"?
He's a big man.
Chiseled. He's not.
He's chiseled.
He's
He's like a Superman.
Kokkinakis is someone we talked about during our draw breakdown before this tournament started. Hey, he's here. He's healthy. He could do something big here, and he did really well for haven't played much at all.
Yeah,
and took Tsitsipas to 5 sets.
They said in
Number 5
Australia
the
they're
world.
very strict, so it's tough for these Australian players to even get to tournaments because they have to quarantine every time for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's very tough for them to get practice, and he doesn't have enough points. I heard a commentator said he's going to have to play challengers.
Yeah, he'll have to play challengers. He has no
Yeah.
way around it because he has to get points. Otherwise, he's always looking for wild cards. Surely he got the wild card because it's Australia and that's who he represents, so they gave him the wild card. That won't happen at the French Open. That won't happen at Wimbledon, and that won't happen at the U.S. Open unless he starts accumulating some points.
Yeah, and that sucks for him.
Now, 3 years ago in 2018, we mentioned he beat Federer. He's 24, so he did that 2021 and did it in 3 sets. He lost the first set and fought back and won the next 2. Roger Federer, in his own right, congratulated him for getting to this point, winning his first round and so forth. So what does that tell you? That tells you he's a quality player, and as long as he can stay healthy at 24, I think he has a bright future than his countrymen, or at least on paper, Kyrgios.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I mean, Team Girl says Kokonakis played well, big serve, big weapons on ground strokes, but Stefano deserved the win. I mean, Stefano has a great backhand, by the way. I know a lot of commentators were saying that his backhand, one-handed backhand, he had a big take back on it, like a
big backswing.
But I think it works for him. And I was watching him play, and unlike the other players, he does love coming to the net, which I think is a plus for him, because he does recognize when your opponent is away from the court or off the court, you need to approach the net, and he does that very well, very gutsy.
Yeah.
I like his style. I hope he wins a slam soon.
He reads the court well.
Yeah.
He anticipates well. He guesses well when you have to guess. So you can tell he's a student of the game, because sometimes, we do short balls with drills with students a lot.
Yeah.
We'll do plus minus to 20, whatever. We always tell the student that's defending in this drill to guess based upon what you know about the player on the other side of the court.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't played in a while, and he was guessing very well. So he studies tape. You can tell he studies film.
Yeah, he's a smart player. By the way, I was laughing. Wildlife sent me a message, and he said, "Did you hear McEnroe say that Patrick Montagalo just appears in everyone's box?"
I said that. I coined that.
I was like, wow. I was like, didn't Justin say that many
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a nickname for Patrick Mortagaloo, who, by the way, I'm being comical with this.
Jack in the box.
Jack in the box. But I'm being comical with his nickname because I do follow all of his coaching stuff. He's a very good coach. There's a lot of drills that have been around for a lot of years. I mean, since I was a boy, these drills are around. Mm-hmm. But I watch the little tweaks that he puts into those same drills that have been around since I was, 2 years old. And I like the way he's adapted those drills into the modern game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like the V drills, the X drills, the 2-1-1 shallow drill. He has a lot of ways to make it more modernized. And for that, I thank him for his coaching. However, his nickname for me is Jack in the Box, because it doesn't matter if you're watching Tsitsipas, if you're watching Coco Gauff, it doesn't matter who you're watching. If it's a player that is, in the thick of it, in the light a lot, at least in the media light, he will always be in their box. You'll be watching TV and boom, there's Jack in the Box. He pops up in the box. Boom, there's Tsitsipas. Hey, there's Patrick Mortagaloo. He gets media coverage. But from what I understand, he's not even the coach of most of these people that he appears in their box.
He's just getting PR?
He's getting PR.
Yeah.
How does this happen? I wish I could just show up in someone's box with a 5K tennis shirt and say, hey, come take lessons from me 2,000 miles away in Alabama. But I don't get that PR. Why is it that he gets this? His looks?
His looks, yeah. He's got a good-looking wife, too, by the way.
Yeah, maybe his ties to Nike. Now, let me ask you a question. Does anybody know that Patrick Mortagaloo used to be a intimate partner with Serena Williams?
Yeah.
Patrick Mortagaloo and Serena Williams were a pair, an intimate pair, girlfriend, boyfriend. Okay. Now, I wonder how Patrick Mortagaloo's girlfriend thinks, and
wife?
Or wife.
I have 2 kids. I don't think she cares.
Just asking. Just asking. They have to be relatively young kids because Serena and him were together not terribly long ago.
Okay, if you look at his wife, have you seen pictures of her?
I have not, but
I don't think she has anything to worry about.
Okay. Patrick, who are some people? Dimitrov hooked up with Serena.
We have yet to confirm that, though.
Sharapova hooked up with Dimitrov.
Yeah.
Patrick Mortagaloo hooked up Serena.
For sure they hooked up. There's pictures of them with their hands in their pants.
All up on that, all up on that booty, all up on that stuff. So now, are you going to tell me that Alex Ohanian, Serena Williams' husband, is totally cool with her in France at Patrick Mortagaloo's place, knowing that we have pictures with hands all up on that ass?
Don't you think they travel together? I mean, she always travels with her husband.
I mean, I wouldn't.
It seems to me that the key for her, she always travels with him and her child.
Good for them.
So, I mean,
Interesting scenario.
yeah, I mean, but they're both with, okay, it's like an ex. Some exes are good friends, and the new husband and new wife, they get along.
And some of them are just brutal enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you could, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I understand the feeling.
Life goes on.
I can empathize and sympathize.
Life goes on.
Life goes on. Wasn't that a Tupac song? Life goes on.
Yeah. Oh, someone asked a question. Which Y-Tech string has the most control and feel?
Okay, two answers to that. There's a string called Quadro Twist, and RSI, Racket Sports Industry, and I'm associated with the USRSA stringer for a lot of years. Anyway, that actually rated number 2 on the planet behind Natural Gut, and that was Quadro Twist. Quadro Twist is here. I have trouble playing with it because I like to play at looser tensions, and when I string that too loosely, it flies to the fence on me, so it's lively. But everyone in the world except me, and I think maybe a couple of other people, just love the Quadro Twist. Love it. Best string I've ever played with. Blah,
We
blah,
use
blah,
it
blah.
a lot on our
I
students.
just, again, I'm a tall and a bigger guy. I can kind of hit my own power, and when I try to add too much power to that, I hit long. But if power is not an issue, or if power is an issue for you, that would be great. Hexagon X for me is number 1.
Me too.
The Hexagon X for me, control, power, everything. When I string my rackets, I always grab Hexagon X. They have multicolor, so sometimes I'll hybrid them up. But Hexagon X for me. But for most people, Quadro Twist is the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, what's the next match?
All right. Next match we're going to talk about real quickly is the 2 young bucks, Yimmer and Carlos Alcaraz.
I thought he had that. He won the first set.
6-2 in the first.
I was like, okay, this kid has it. And then all of a sudden,
Went
I
away.
wake up, I'm like, what the hell happened?
Young Alcaraz, I noticed a little bit of frustration. He lost the second set. He seemed flustered, as most young kids do. Nadal's camp in Mallorca needs to work on this. Alcaraz.
Does he go there?
Nadal's camp in Mallorca.
I didn't know he went there. Okay.
Rafael Nadal Academy trains Alcaraz. He's a prodigy.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Now, when Rafael Nadal won his first French Open, I don't think Alcaraz was much younger. Okay, I mean close. I think Nadal won his first French Open at 19 or something.
Yeah, he's 17.
And Alcaraz is 17.
Yeah.
So within the next, year or two, Alcaraz needs to worry on slow and steady, plod along, don't get pissed off, keep your mouth shut, and try to play a game of Sue Shea style. Not in terms of her game, but just, plodding along. He won the first set easily. Yimmer, been around a couple more years, stayed cool, stayed calm, didn't talk a bunch of smack. Now, by the way, Alcaraz grunts like a son of a gun. Look.
Don't they all? Rublev goes to his camp and he grunts. Alcaraz, same thing.
Alcaraz sounded like a damn moose in Canada during the rut, the mating season. And it was after he hit the ball. He hit the ball, boom, boom. It was a delayed grunt. Now, Yimmer didn't make a peep. Yimmer didn't even make a freaking peep. He said nothing the whole match. And beat him down. What does this tell you about the grunt?
That you don't need it.
That you don't need it.
Yeah. Do you know what I hate? It's like when we're teaching lessons and all the people that just drive by and have no clue about tennis, I guess all they hear is the grunting if they ever go by, watching by accident past a tennis match.
Yeah.
And they all go, I hear it all the time.
Yeah,
and it's sad, and it sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
So the tennis courts that we have, our courts there's a road that comes into the club, and it goes right next to the court. So all the cars coming in come around the courts, right? And so we're always on the courts. And every day, like 50 times a day, there's people that drive by and they roll down their windows and all they do is this, and laughing about it. Now, surely they're inebriated. Surely they've had a lot to drink, as that's the reason why a lot of them go
you
there.
even get kids that do the same
And, yeah, even kids do the same.
Yeah.
But 50 times a day, you have people driving by, It's depressing in a way. Not really, we laugh about it, but that's what mainstream people think about the game, okay? Chill with the grunting. It's ridiculous. It's hideous.
Sad. Yeah.
Go back into the glory days, the Samprases and that whole era. You see this guy's grunting out there? All of a sudden you have to grunt now?
Man, yeah,
Whatever.
that's ridiculous.
All right. Anyway, Alcaraz, you got to man up a little bit. Yimmer stayed calm, collected, and made it happen.
He's gonna play Sissipas.
Yeah, and that
I think Sissipas will go through him, even after going through 5 sets.
Yeah, it's going to be too much.
It'll be too much.
Sissipas will be too much.
Yeah.
All right, next match, let's talk about it briefly. Svetlana Kuznetsova and the Belinda Bencic match. Okay?
Let's talk about Kuznetsova. Takes out Coco Gauff. She played like she was number 5 in the world, is what I wrote down.
What? Kuznetsova?
Oh, Svitolina, I'm sorry. I thought you
Svitolina took out Coco Gauff.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Kuznetsova took out Bencic.
Oh, you want to talk about Bencic and Kuznetsova?
Yeah.
Anybody could have won that match. Any of them. I
Look,
mean, I'm sorry. That was not a good match to watch.
The only reason why you brought up the match in the first place, go watch some of this match. Go to find a clip of it and look at Svetlana Kuznetsova's lips. Okay, look at her lips. Okay?
Maybe they were burned.
No. Okay. Svetlana Kuznetsova,
She had this huge thing up here too. It was like this huge bun up here.
Yeah, look, I mentioned this before. Don't say. I'm just gonna lay out the credibility here.
All right.
Kuznetsova has been 2 feet from me. Svetlana Kuznetsova played Justine Henin in the 2007 U.S. Open final. I was there. I was stringing at it. Okay, both of them there all the time. Okay, Kuznetsova didn't have lips that looked like this. Okay, look at Svetlana's lips. It looks like she injected what's that stuff?
Botox.
Botox. Looks like she Botoxed her up and bottom lip. Every time the camera would pan over, she'd be like this. I'm like, damn. What's up with them lips? Damn. Check it out. She has some lip transformation. Anyway, Belinda Bencic moving forward. Does she have a shot?
No.
Does she have a shot?
No. Not the way she played tennis yesterday. I mean, Kuznetsova had no sponsor, so she's wearing a dress that had no name.
And Kuznetsova should have sponsors.
She should have sponsors because she plays well still. She's a veteran.
She's won majors.
Yes, 3.
Yeah.
3 majors.
So,
I mean, it could have been anyone's game, really. I mean, Kuznetsova had her chances, didn't take opportunities, missed the match point with a short put-away shot, which you teach people not to do.
yeah.
Bencic was lucky to get out of that. You know, very lucky. She needs to work on her serve, too. Her serve was not good. I love the dress. I love her dress. She looked elegant. She plays who? Who does she play next?
Who? Bencic?
Yeah, who does she play next? Mertens.
That'll be a good match.
I think Mertens has that one. 2 majors.
All right.
Oh, sorry, 2 majors.
It was a good match.
A U.S. Open, a French, I think.
Who?
I thought she won 3.
Kuznetsova?
Yeah,
She won a U.S. Open. She won a French. I'm not sure after that.
I have to look at that.
All right, moving forward. Good job for Kuznetsova. Just do me a favor, Kuznetsova, and don't inject any more stuff in those lips. You might float away like a helium blimp.
2. Okay, sure.
All right, next up, Ashley Barty. Ashley Barty is jacked up. She is swole. She is ready.
All the Australian women's are. She was playing, I wrote down, what's up with Australian women? They're all are jacked up from the arm. They all have guns.
Stosur.
Even the girl she was playing, Gavrilova, was also like really jacked up. They're jacked up from up here. By the way, you know, I put this Lululemon. She was wearing Lululemon for you guys that don't know that. Gavrilova was. I was shocked to see that because we see it with our students all the time. An expensive brand to wear, by the way. I'm surprised they're getting into tennis as well. It's taken over junior tennis, the brand. Now we're seeing it in pros.
Look, the name, I get it, Lululemon.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a dude, do you think I'm gonna wear something that sounds like Lululemon?
I don't know. I wear some of it. You like it?
But I'm not wearing your shorts. Doesn't that sound like a guy wants a name like Wrangler or Nike or Mizuno or something. A guy doesn't want to wear something Lululemon. How does that
it's
sound?
a girl brand.
Then yeah, one of our students was wearing it the other day,
but you
and he was a boy.
shorts.
I liked it, but I wouldn't wear it because I mean, come on, they might as well be like fluffy pink.
I don't know. Team Girl says, what are they putting in the kangaroos over there?
Something.
I don't know. And Dwayne Bentley said they are tomboys.
It's a good possibility. You know, Mauresmo is French. Blah, 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 blah. Give me some more. Stosur.
Yeah, Stosur, I think while I've said, I always wonder about her arms. I said, steroids? Talking about Stosur, she got her butt beat trounced.
She got trounced.
She had no answers for Pegula. Pegula, good for her, for the American, she beat Azarenka.
Yeah.
And now she destroys Stosur pretty quickly, too. Stosur had no answers. So I call her the middle shot girl. Everything she hit back to the middle. It's like she forgot how to play tennis. An approach shot, middle. A slice, middle.
Neutral.
Forehand, middle. I'm like, what is this, Stosur?
Yeah, Stosur's answer to every shot yesterday was a neutral ball, a neutral ball, a neutral ball. She wasn't moving her opponent. She was giving the ball back to her. and the score indicates why she was giving the ball back to her.
6-0, 6-1.
The only reason why I brought up Barty won
7
systematic.
Systematic. She struggled in the second set.
She got the W in straight
I mean,
sets.
Gavrilova had a chance to
You
go
don't
with
think
the-
she was just tipping her hat to her country girl? Like something, do you think Fabio Fognini should take a lesson from Barty?
She's very nice, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Very
saying.
sweet girl.
Barty is a wonderful girl. She'll go out and entertain the crowd with the interviewer. I think she has a relative or something, or a friend
Yeah.
that comes out on the court. You know, it was her birthday yesterday. They did the thing, and everybody sang her a song. That's Barty.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Now, Barty was playing her countryman, her compatriot, right?
Right.
In my opinion, she made the second set. She got.
So you think it was she just?
I think she got through the first set. Put that in the bag, knowing I'm safe, and then made it entertaining and made her countrymen feel better.
So she gave her the points without her knowing.
I think so. Now listen to this. My father, 82 years young, lifetime player, lifetime coach, and so forth. My dad came out to Christopher, our fourth of 5 sons or kids, match the other day. Chris won bagel. He beat somebody 6-0, 6-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad walked up to Chris after the match and said, "Hey, Chris, you should have given that guy a game." And Chris was like, "Man, I'm not giving anybody anything because that'll drop my UTR, my universal tennis rating."
Mm-hmm.
The shitty part about tennis now is back in the day, you were able to gift people games and you wouldn't have to worry about your ranking or your seeding or your UTR.
The pros don't really have to worry about
Well, they don't have to worry about it now, but the UTR rating is synonymous these days with, you turn on these matches and you'll see their UTR rating.
But it doesn't matter.
So now the up and coming player, we'll talk about our fourth of 5 kids, Christopher. So Christopher has to make sure he doesn't give up X amount of games or his UTR score will drop. So I was telling my dad he can't give a game up to that bozo because he has a very low UTR. His is high. If he gives up a game, that brings his average down. Now with Barty, I think because it doesn't apply to them, she was able to make it closer. But Fognini, on the other hand, did not do that for his countrymen, and it pissed him off.
So Dwayne said that Barty was not sharp last night, Justin. And then this guy said, give away games? No way.
Okay.
And they're saying, stop it.
Okay, I'll stop. But I guarantee you, when Barty plays a much better...
Alexandrova?
Barty will play a much better Alexandrova her next match.
Which she needs to beat her because I have a bet. And someone here put here, Williams Spencer said, rumor has it Cam Williams will be lacing Alexandrova's tea with laxatives.
Oh, because he wants Cam. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's going to be hilarious. Anyway, but if Barty loses to Alexandrova, then you have to do something. You have to dress up and do push-ups.
I know. I've been doing the weights and the push-ups.
So
I'm like, come on, my arms are killing me.
Only thing I wanted to where I'm going with this is Ashley Barty. I think will go right through Alexandrova.
Well, she beat her last. No, she almost beat her. Did she beat her? She almost did.
This tournament. Major stage, major in her own backyard. I think Barty beats her worse than she beat Gavrilova, at least in one set.
All right.
That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's a nice girl, whatever.
All right.
We'll see what happens, and then we'll talk about that.
Let's go to Sophia Kenin.
But you better damn sure hope that Barty loses to Alexandrova because you will be looking crazy.
Well, let's go to we got Svetlana Coco Gauff, and we got Sophia Kenin to talk about.
Let's go.
Which one first?
You started.
Sophia Kenin goes down like Justin said yesterday.
I called it. I told you.
She goes down 3-2.
I told you.
Poor Sophia Kenin.
I knew it would
hated
happen.
seeing her crying. Honestly, I never really liked her, but I felt bad for her. She says, obviously, too nervous. I'm not 100% physically or mentally. My game, everything just feels really off. Obviously, it's not good. I just couldn't really handle the pressure. I'm obviously not used to it.
Good excuse.
She said she gave credit to her opponent. She played well. She said, Kanepi played well. But, right now she's a little bit lost. I think the coronavirus has affected her. I think daddy in the camp, she needs to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her.
Look, I can't feel bad for her. Why can't I feel bad for her?
I only feel bad that she took it that hard. She shouldn't take it that hard.
Okay.
She took it like if she was close to retirement like Monfils, and she shouldn't. Because she's a young girl and she's got many opportunities.
Disagree totally.
Okay.
Totally freaking disagree with you. Why?
This guy says you didn't feel bad, Carla.
Didn't feel bad.
I just didn't like the cheer.
No, look, I'll try to make this short because I've said it 1,000 times. Sophia Kennan is the absolute epitome of a brat on the court. Sophia Kennan will walk up to balls, people snatch the towel out of their hands, get a racket, and kick it across the court, and make someone else pick it up. She is a spoiled brat.
She is. The only thing I didn't
She
like.
wants to cry now?
The only thing
Get lost.
The only thing I don't like from her line is that she said that she's not used to the pressure, but that's what all the champions have to be used to. The pressure. That's what makes you a champion. You know, Serena won, Graf won, Federer, Djokovic, Nadal. They won many slams because you've got to take that out of the equation. That's what makes you from a one-time Grand Slam champion to many. That's the difference there. You've got to take that out of the equation.
An old saying, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. I do not feel sorry for Kennan, number one. I do not buy into the excuse that it was too much pressure because everybody was asking me if you want to repeat. Don't buy into it at all. She's a spoiled brat, has always been. She snatches stuff from ball kids that are children. She kicks her rackets across the court and makes people like the ball kids pick it up. She snatches towels out of people's hands.
I think
she acts like 3 times. She acts like a spoiled twerp.
Yeah.
She needs to go find out if she wants to be a champion and learn how to not say all these damn excuses.
No, I agree with you. I'm not her biggest fan. I think B-Dog said she needs a man in her life.
She may.
She needs a man in her life.
Because the only man in her life right now is arguably her father, and she slaps him around like a damn puppy.
Is Belinda Bencic a brat? Daniel, yes, I would say she is a brat as
Close.
well. Yeah, she's a brat.
Close. She's right there.
Yeah. She is another brat.
You know, who are some other bratty girls? Camila Georgie?
Well, you got Putintseva. Well, guess what? She won. She won. The mice at the hotel helped her because she won. And she's on to another round, and she's going to face Slilovina, who beat Coco Gauff. Did you watch that match?
Who?
Slilovina and Coco Gauff.
We didn't watch that match.
I did watch some of it.
You watched highlights.
Yeah, I watched some of it. And then I was looking for YouTube. I watched Slilovina play that match. She played aggressive. She was using her pace. She was coming into the net and putting balls away, which I thought was very smart for her. She took Coco Gauff out of, like feeding into the crowd and stuff. I thought great match for her. And Monfils supporting her.
By the way, we've talked at length about Serena Williams' outfit, right? Serena Williams has had the Florence Griffith Joyner.
Oh, Fernando's, yeah.
The Florence Griffith Joyner suit with one leg cut out, right? We talked about that. Did anybody notice last night when Feliciano Lopez was playing Sonego? Did anybody notice that Feliciano Lopez did the same thing with his shorts? Do you have that picture? Look at Feliciano Lopez's version of Serena Williams' outfit. Now let him study that for a minute. Boom. Show him that. Come on, get it in there. Show him that little cat suit, Feliciano. Let's go. Let's go, Feliciano. See that?
Down.
Oh, you see the cat suit in Feliciano? Yeah. Come on, let that thing soak in a little bit.
39 years old. He still looks good.
Yeah, you love him too.
No, I was never a huge fan because I like more of the lighter,
Okay.
I'm tan, so I don't like the tan. I'm just saying. I like.
Let's go to that match. Sonego, the number 31 seed, that again, in my opinion.
That was funny. He was like, come on, Lopez. Come on, Lopez.
Yeah.
He kept rooting.
I watched this match. I watched the entire match. Sonego is a baggo. He's a hulo. Sonego hooped. He's a 31 seed because Djokovic gifted him a match. Because Djokovic had solidified his number 1 ranking. He had beaten Borna Coric, and all of a sudden he gets trounced by Sonego. What a freaking flip-flopping. Anyway, so Sonego, Bago, or whatever his name is going to be, comes in and loses to a 96-year-old Feliciano Lopez.
Come on.
And he's like
39.
He's like running tournaments.
He looks good. But you can hear his grandpa hiss. Well, he's lefty. So this way.
Yeah. So Sonego, with his 31 seed, came in and beat a really flaky query that had to dip out on the coronavirus somewhere in Eastern Europe. So he got through that. Let's go, Sonego.
Someone said, are we looking at Lopez balls? I was like, no, the shorts.
No, the shorts.
That's where the arrow's facing down there.
Well, if he would have been careful, they could have been hanging out of there. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I kept telling him, Sonego wins.
What
are you going to say on the show?
You don't want that hanging out of there.
What are you going to say on the show? But he's going to be way too tired. Way too tired for Rublev. He will go down in 3.
Look, I tell you what, Feliciano.
Good
Hey,
to see him though.
good to see him, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next person or match. Borna Choric lost last night. I think out of about 24,
Oh yeah, he lost.
24 or 25 fantasy team players.
There he goes again.
About 20 of us had him.
To Mackenzie McDonald.
Wow.
The college player in 4 sets.
Wow.
Count George out. Don't pick him in your bracket.
Yeah,
anymore.
we have seen Borna Choric lose some matches to some players. We're scratching our heads like, why did he lose to that player? But those players weren't Mackenzie McDonald. Dude, if you lose to Mackenzie McDonald or someone like Tommy Paul or these guys, you are just losing to...
Hey, Rude almost lost to Tommy Paul.
You are losing... That's their problem. But you are losing to a run-of-the-mill college tennis player.
George lost to a college bum.
Who said that?
This guy.
Comment of the day right there. That's the truth. And I'm not knocking on it. College is a very tough world to play in. I've been there, D1 especially. But when Borna Choric loses to Mackenzie McDonald, he just lost to a college player, we may want to think about what we're doing moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If he lost to Tsitsipas, okay. If he lost to Fernando Lopez or Feliciano Lopez, okay. But Tommy Paul is just your run-of-the-mill college player. Now, I don't want to take that away from his success because he's now in the third round.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So I don't want to rain on his parade because Tommy Paul has won a couple of matches, so good for him. But bad look for Borna Choric.
Yeah.
Tommy Paul's next match is who? Who's Tommy Paul's next match?
Tommy Paul. He lost. You mean McDonald?
I mean, Mackenzie McDonald, I'm sorry.
Harris.
Lloyd Harris?
Lloyd Harris.
See, one of these two guys, Lloyd Harris, is quite lucky to be in this situation as well. Lloyd Harris beat Papirin, who was a wild card that you picked on your fantasy team.
Damn.
So...
Duchamp said, I will never choose George anymore.
I won't. I'm out.
And then William Spencer said, I bet Stefanos laughed his head off seeing George lose to McDonald.
Me too. I was like, what? Really? It was shocking.
Yeah.
So we have to ask Borna Choric, where are you going moving forward? And what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Does he believe in himself anymore? I just don't know. Does Borna Choric believe that he can beat people? Does he just hope he gets up big early or gets up early and just closes the door? Some people have in the game or any sport have trouble believing in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I have a feeling that it's not his game, it's his psychology. I don't feel like he believes in himself anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking at here. Krajinovic plays Medvedev. Krajinovic, that probably Djokovic said, dude, you gotta beat him. You gotta beat him, okay?
Gotta do something.
Do something, please.
What,
I need like some of these guys, like really, I don't want to work that hard to win my 9th one.
Yeah, I'm guessing. All right, as we start to wrap this up,
Let's talk about Nadal.
Let's go.
Nadal wins easily.
What's there to talk
But he had a hater, another hater like women's tennis.
Oh,
sucks.
flipping the bird?
Yeah, so I'm gonna show the picture. I thought it was hilarious. They
Let's
kicked
go.
her out of the tournament, by the way. And Nadal was laughing about it, but they kicked her out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep flipping the bird to someone and getting caught on camera and not getting kicked out of the tournament, right?
Well, here she is. That's what she thought of Nadal. And then, where's the other picture? Let's see. If I could find it. Probably not. Nope. I don't have the other picture. But they escorted her, which I thought was hilarious.
All right, there's not much to talk about. Nadal beat Michael Moe. Oh!
Okay, here it
Is
is.
there much more to talk about on that?
No, there isn't.
Okay, Nadal has a much...
Look. They kicked her out and she was giving the middle finger still.
There you go.
All
All right, anyway. Rublev against Lopez, who wins?
The Rublev 3.
Casper Ruud against Albat, who wins?
Toss up.
Exactly, the same player. I think Ruud is spelled Albat. Krajinovic and Medvedev.
Medvedev should win that.
Let's go with Kachanov Berrettini. Who
They're
wins?
both kind of the same player to me.
I agree here. Who wins between Fognini and Di Minor?
Di Minor.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about Nadal and Nori.
Today's match is
intriguing matchups. Let's go. Djokovic, Fritz, are you interested?
No.
Fucinovic and Raonic, are you interested?
Yes.
Me too.
Of course, it's Iron Man.
Martinez and Lajovic, are you interested?
No.
Manarino and Zverev, are you interested?
I'll be rooting Manarino.
Let's go, Manarino. Let's go.
Oh,
Dominic Thiem and Nick Kyrgios, are you interested? Very.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I wrote something. Here it is. You can watch these guys for $49. You can go to Australia, pay for a ticket, $49, right?
At the stadium?
At the stadium, right? At Kane Stadium. But there is something that costs more than that. If you really want to spend more than $49, $60 on an Australian Open towel. Is $60 worth to you for a towel?
Okay,
Watching a match?
So what you're saying is I can buy a ticket in Australia to
For
watch this
49,
match
less than
for
a
40.
towel.
That's a pretty, okay, hold on. That's a pretty damn good deal. Why do I say that? Because a couple of years in a row, I went to the U.S. Open. A couple of years as a stringer, and I went the next year as a fan. My ticket that year as a fan was like $200, and my seat was way up in the top of Ash Stadium. I couldn't even see. But yet I was a stringer, and I had just the grounds pass. I could go wherever. But $49.95 is a pretty damn good cost.
$49 to watch him play, or you can, if you don't want to spend the $49, you spend more on a towel.
So I can go. So $49.95 on the ticket, or $60 on a towel.
And the shirt is $75.
Now, can I tell you
$75 for a shirt?
Can I tell you something honestly though?
Yeah.
If any of you have never been in person to a major tournament, it doesn't matter if it's one of the 4 Grand Slams or an ATP 1000 or 250 or 500 or a women's premier or whatever. It doesn't matter. The ball, when you're in person, is not as lively as what you watch on television. On television, the speakers are in the camera and there's microphones on the court, and it makes everything seem a lot heavier and bigger than it really is. You go to these matches, if you're sitting in the nosebleed section, like the top of Arthur Ashe Stadium, I was watching the Roger Federer against Djokovic 2007 final from up there in New York City. Federer won that 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, by the way. But when they were carrying on baseline rallies, it almost seemed like it was something like we do with it. It wasn't very lively, put it that way. But what you see in person is much different than what you see on TV.
Yeah.
It's exaggerated by cameras and microphones and noises and and so forth. But it's not as dynamic as you think.
William Spencer said the towel will last longer than Nick's tennis career, though.
Agreed. All right, Grigor Dimitrov and Carreno Busta. Are you interested? I am.
Yeah, that should be a good match.
Dennis Shapovalov and Felix Auger-Aliassime.
I'll watch it. We've seen them a lot, though.
Schwartzman and Karatsev. Who wins there?
Hopefully Karatsev.
Karatsev. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Women's.
So intriguing matches.
For the
Women's side. Sue Wei Shea against Irani. Who wins?
Sue Wei.
I'm going to skip a couple here. Jabeur and Osaka. Who wins?
Osaka.
Sabalenka against An Lee. That a couple people.
Sabalenka should win that.
Potapova and Serena Williams.
Serena.
Potapova has a really good chance here.
Did you not make a bet, though, of under with me about something?
Yeah, over and under. We have a bet.
Which one was
You and I have a bet that the over and under was 6 games.
Oh. Okay.
So you said that Serena Williams would not allow Potapova to win 6 games or more.
Okay.
I said that Potapova would win 6 games or more.
Yes,
so
you went up to you and said, don't forget your bet, guys.
So if Serena Williams wins like 3-2, I lose. But if Serena Williams wins 3-3, I win. So 6 games or more, I win. 5 games or less, you win.
Was that the only bet we made? Was there another guy bet? Didn't we make a bet on a guy match?
I don't know.
Tell me, guys, if you remember.
And remember, if you lose that bet, everyone out there gets to tell you what you're going to dress up and act like on tomorrow's show.
I love picking my butt, and I love.
Yeah, and if Serena Williams beats her 5 games or less, so if Serena Williams wins 6-3, 6-2 or less, you said I had to write something on my arm and all this crazy stuff. I'll do it, but Potapova may win outright. She may win outright.
Yeah, right.
Watch it. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank. Potapova beats Serena outright.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Moving down the list. Kudermetova and Halep. Who you got?
That's a toss-up. She can lose tonight.
All right.
Fantasy group update.
Yeah. And ending, I'm going to give everyone a fantasy team update. So if you are playing, I'm going to read this off, and we'll go from here. Carla has 36 points and 8 of 18 players out. So I'm going to do this quickly. I just use her as a way to understand the numbers. Carla has 36 points and 8 of 18 players are out. So she has 10 left. She does have Juvan left. She is one of only 3 people that has their 3-point players left. Some of you have Karatsev.
She got lucky, though.
Left, right?
Yeah.
Karatsev is a dude.
Karatsev, yeah. No, I mean Juvan got lucky.
She has Juvan.
And
Millennium 13, Constantine, and Looney Vids have Karatsev. So they're the only 3 people in the entire thing that have their wild card or qualifier 3-point player left. All right. So if you hear me say points, 36 and 8 of 18 out, follow it. Myself, 45.6 of 18 out. Jose P. I have to read this way because if you turn that way, they can't hear you. Shitty setup. Jose P, 48 points, 6 of 18 out. Curling tennis, first place solely, 54 points and only 4 of 18 out. Aiden Berry, 40 points, 6 of 18 out. Hitchhiker, 38 points, 8 of 18 out. Millennium 13, 33 points, 8 of 18 out, so he's kind of far away on points. However, he has Karatsev, 3 points a match win, big time. Surgeon Jovanovic, I hate to tell you, bro, I gotta pull you. Gotta pull you, bro. Surgeon, gotta get rid of you, bro. He always plays, and he always does very well. Unfortunately, Surgeon Jovanovic has 33 points only and has 10 of 18 out, and the rest of the players that you have, other people ahead of you have him, so it's impossible. Looney Viz has 45 points, has only 5 of 18 out, and has Karatsev. Watch out for him. Dushan Dramakanin has 42 points, 7 of 18 out, and has a lot of 2-point players left. Watch out for him. Layla C, first-time player, young lady. What's up? You did very well. You did very well. I do appreciate the competition. Better luck next time. Layla C has 11 out of 18 people out, and then whoever she has left, everyone else has. So you have been alleviated from competition. Team Groves has 37 points and 7 of 18 out, but he has a lot of players that other people...
He says, I think mine was done. But no, you're not done. You're still in it.
Look, if I'm not tearing you out and you hear your name, you still have a mathematical chance. Okay, I'm tallying it up, and I add it up, and I look at the players. I think I spend like 2 hours a day in the early rounds adding this stuff up, because it takes a while. And I am prone to make mistakes, hence where Dushan Dramakanin comes in.
Well done, great job. Now you're on the floor.
Who?
William Spencer said, well done, great job. Now you're on the floor.
It happens that way. Okay. Team Groves, 37 points, 7 of 18 out, and has a lot of players that other people don't have. Be careful for him. JMP 1966 has 37 points, 8 of 18 out, 10 left, but like Team Groves, JMP 1966 has a lot of players that other people didn't pick, right? William Spencer has 37 points, 9 of 18 out, but is on the outside looking in. He mathematically still has a chance. Stefan Nizovic has 46 points, only 5 of 18 out, and is very much in the thick of it.
We do have an Excel program. He just prefers to do it this way.
Dushan Dramakanin, much love to you, and Serbia, does have an Excel sheet and does keep up with this. However, sometimes the player that he connects to the point tally, it doesn't add up correctly, so I always have this version, and then we'll compare it. Last year we did it, and his version was wrong, and ours was right. I think there was a hang-up with Pliskova this year in the system, so Pliskova was an issue, and so forth. So I'm adding it. We'll compare it with Dushan's spreadsheet after this, and see if it's ready to go as a sole deal, but right now I don't think it is. All right, so here we go. In first place right now is Curling Tennis Solo with 54 points. He's going to be tough to catch, but he's catchable. In the hunt are the following people. They all have a chance. Stefan Nizovic, me, what's up? Let's go. Except I'm not going to win my own stuff anyway. Jose P, let's go. Looney Viz, come on. Dushan Dramakanin, spreadsheet maestro, let's go. Those are the ones that are in the hunt for that second place, but still having a chance, and a very good chance. Aiden Berry, Hitchhiker, Carla, Millennium 13, Team Groves, JMP 1966, and William Spencer. And don't forget that Carla has Juvan, worth 3 points a pop. Juvan. Millennium 13 has Karatsev, worth 3 points a pop. And Looney Vids has Karatsev at 3 points a pop. All right? Big stuff. Let's go. All right?
All righty.
Let's go out. See you mañana.
Anyone out of the racket? Still the same people.
Oh, yes. Someone had Sophia Kennan for the tennis racket giveaway. Sophia Kennan lost, and that rendered, where's my Kennan? Where's my Kennan? Kennan, where are you at? I don't know, but it lost somebody. Here's the people left for the tennis racket, okay? Curling tennis, you're in. Aiden Berry, in. Surgeon Jovanovic, in. Team Groves, in. JMP 1966, in. William Spencer, in. Stefan Nizovic, in. Furzy09, in. If I didn't call your name, your finalist predictions and your winners of the men's and women's side have been
It's getting smaller and smaller.
and no, remember, if you're still in it, if you don't play the game and you don't want a new tennis racket, I will send you the cash value up to $100. Some people ask, well, if a racket's $220, why is it that it's max $100? We coach for a long time. We have a lot of different connections and so forth, so sometimes I can get rackets that you would pay $220 for about $100.
All right.
Hence the reason.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, much love to all you, and we will see you mañana. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
See ya.